Okay. Get past the
Hello.
giggly part.
Yeah. So you're
Okay.
supposed to stand back, aren't you, in case you intimidate people?
Yes. We're very intimidating.
Yeah.
Um, well, I'm in the light when I move forward. Okay. So I will start with welcome anyone who is checking in with this video of myself and Teresa, just giving a little bit of an idea of the upcoming Mortal Call retreat, 2-day gathering retreat in West Cork on the 1st and 2nd of November. Um, yeah, we're going to start with little introductions of ourselves, and then we will go into the offerings and the inspiration of this gathering. So, Teresa, would you like to introduce yourself there?
Well, my name is Teresa O'Brien, and I currently am from and live in Roscommon. And how I came into this retreat, trying to summarize it is I've been an apprentice death doula for the last number of years. And initially, 20, 30 years ago, I was a nurse. But it was actually when I left nursing and encountered exploring my relationship with death and the death doula work that I transitioned back into working as a nurse, and I currently part-time work sitting with people that and caring for people who are dying. However, this goes, I feel goes way, way beyond that, because as I was exploring my relationship with death during the death doula training, it's not just
Mm.
about sitting with people who are dying. It's very much an in-depth exploration of my own relationship with death, my relationship with endings, and that led me into the exploring the ancestral landscape, the land where my feet are on, and I just
Mm.
really, yeah, it's just about, I suppose, we're bringing, and I met you, Anastasia, through your open alignment sessions. And yeah, we've had many conversations about death and
Mm.
what it is, our own worldviews. And so we're here now on this. And, I work with somatic based modalities as well, where I see clients and I have facilitated a number of workshops. So it's all really connected. Like it all came
Mm.
together, and the creative arts facilitation as well, and how we can explore what's happening within our body as well when we look at death and what that means to us. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Thank you, Teresa.
This nice blast of sunlight come in there.
Yeah, your bright light. We
Yeah,
must both be sitting with
yeah.
the light coming in from the same side there. Um, so I'll give a little introduction to myself for those who don't know me yet. My name is Anastasia. You may know me as Rebecca Anastasia, either. So I am currently based, I'm going to say in my heart, as I am moving around. I'm quite nomadic at the moment. I'm moving around the land. I'm currently based right now in this moment in West Cork, where we will be holding our Mortal Core retreat. I'm staying here for these 2 weeks, minding the land and the abode here. My a little bit about my background is I am a trained um, practicing art psychotherapist. I also have been working for the past 4 years as a 4 years activities facilitator for elderly people and working with those who are at end of life as well, which is you learn so much about yourself and about life in the presence of those who are on the journey, on the threshold, I guess, to the other side. Um, and it is a massive honor to be holding space and be present with those when it is that the death with the body as well. Like even though, like you're saying, with death can be so many different things, there's so many it's endings really. And all of them is such a great honor to move, like to cross a threshold, to be able to go into the next stage of our journey in our life, whether it's in an afterlife or next stage of where we're living or whatever. We need that time to honor what was and celebrate what was. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that part of the gathering. Also, obviously, I hold the opening alignment sessions, which is life force activation, Kundalini activation, whatever one wishes to call it. And within that, I also allow myself to channel any ancient ancestors' voices that come through in those sessions as well, and connecting with our mother of origin, who is she, who we all derive genetically. Um, and yeah, so in these sessions, it's actually you go through a bit of a death and rebirth process in those sessions and the opening alignment sessions. So it kind of fits in quite well with this work that we're going to be doing over the weekend. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to introduce about myself, really. I feel like there's so much that we could say.
Yeah.
And then I end up going on a tangent about something else. Yeah. Okay.
And that can be quite reflective of reflective, I suppose, of the flexibility around the weekend. You know, we have a really great outline of what we're hoping to create within the group.
Mm.
But there is also flexibility around that to see where it brings us because there's nothing as uncertain. With death is certain, you know, but this isn't, it's very uncertain when or what or how, you know, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Do you know what? It's very interesting that you say that because it's always like nothing is set in stone. Everything is uncertain. Anything could happen because we're surrendering to the process and allowing what to happen. But death is certain.
Yeah, yeah,
That's and change is certain.
yeah,
But how
yeah,
that presents itself
yeah,
is yeah.
yeah. And it's interesting, you know, um, in my, like, I suppose one of the things we will be looking at is writing our own eulogy. And, you know,
Mhm.
it's a really interesting one. I would have experienced, I suppose, in my first life coaching course back in the day where we had to write our own eulogy. And it's just really interesting because you know, it's about, you know, we talk about death over this weekend, but as we explore death, it's really about how we live. You know, you know, it's around, you know, living with a deeper sense of consciousness and exploring, you know, that thing of death being certain and what is it the kind of death you would like. But then the more over the years I've been writing out the kind of death I would like, and then realizing the more I surrender into the unknown and into the mystery, that's mattering a lot less right now, you know. Um, you know,
I'm
it's even though I know we don't have control, but it was
mm,
like, yeah, I want to be in a bed and out in nature and then the more
mm.
I'm surrendering into any possibility, it's becoming less. Yeah.
There's something there about yeah, trusting that whatever death comes to us is is the death that we are meant to have.
Mhm.
That's uh that's the beauty the process is starting.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's yeah, the thing about writing the eulogy, I'm quite looking forward to that. I think there's just something so beautiful in that. And I can imagine it might seem quite intimidating as well, to be faced with that. But there will be some guidance in it. But just taking, and it's like you say, it's really about that our living, more so, well, not really about our living, but it comes back to how we're living our life. And in that writing the eulogy, we're acknowledging ourselves and the life that we have lived and who we are, and yeah, giving like breathing life back into that. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's when we write our eulogy as well, we're able to look at, is there anything in our life um, that we feel needs completion, or is there anything that you would like in your eulogy but haven't maybe looked at yet in while you're living.
Mm. Mm.
So it can, and it's a really supportive space. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, um, nobody's going to be forced to do anything. But it's
No.
it's looking at stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a real reflection on the life that we have lived up until that moment.
Mm,
Yeah, and life going forward.
mm,
Yeah. And we're gonna be starting as well the gathering with an opening ceremony. Um, and how that is exactly going to take place, we are yet to formulate. I think that would be something that we sort of co-create a lot closer to the time when we're both here sitting together. Um, but one thing that I do like with gatherings is with everybody bringing a piece for the altar. I think that makes it really precious, and there's a sacred space in which we're all contained together, and it's held with that sort of sacred regard and reverence. And then going on from that, we will as well, there's going to be a little bit of creative exploration piece that we do just to sort of open us up at the beginning as well, because often we come to these things and we choose like that to surrender and just okay, I don't know why I'm going. I just feel called to go. And just when we do these creative pieces, it can start getting the juices flowing and thoughts coming. It's like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Oh yeah, I hadn't. And just then coming together and having a little chat about okay, what's coming up to begin with around what death is for us, just to kind of loosen us up and get things flowing. And we'll do a bit of movement. As well. Um, yeah, and with we'll drift into the eulogy, and then the evening is when I'll be holding the opening alignment session, which I'm really looking forward to because I love holding these particular sessions actually at nighttime more so than at the daytime. It lends itself to being in the darkness of the with the earth because we're going inward into our own inner cave maybe of exploration within ourselves. So it's being in that darkness of the night is beautiful as well. And so the music I'm going to be that I've started formulating for that session is going to be in around this theme of death, rebirth, and life as well. So I'm always looking forward to those sessions and seeing
mm,
how they unfold.
mm,
Um, and if you don't actually know what that type of work is, those who are watching, um, was you we'll start with the fact that you are laying down, you are surrendering. There's nothing expected of you in that space. You are simply softening, opening, and receiving your own life force energy and allowing your life force energy to move through your body and tend to whatever needs to be tended to within. The music, like I said, actually guides the energy as well throughout the session, but also my voice and movement and some touch if I feel called to do so. I've have discovered in recent sessions that when I use my voice a lot more, it's actually can bring about changes in the space as well. And also, then you, the participants in that space, may feel desires to or energy wants to express itself through screaming, singing, laughing, crying, shaking, getting up and moving, whatever just comes and you just allow. And you may also experience visions. Epiphanies is the major thing. I think generally speaking, everyone 9 times out of 10 comes to some sort of realization or some sort of inner wisdom they come to realize in those sessions. Yeah.
Mm.
As a participant in those sessions, is there anything that you
Oh
could
yeah,
say?
I can definitely. Um, yeah, yeah, I just find those, and that's how I had met you 2 years ago, and
Mm,
how much opening alignment. Yeah, that's really like how much they have opened. I remember my first session, and my heart just opened, like, and each session has been very different. I've
mm,
had to ask my ego to, step aside at times, and be open to a new experience each time. But
mm,
from, old memories maybe coming through my body and being released to pure bliss, to maybe, yeah, physical release, places that I just don't have words for,
mm,
and the ancestral landscape. And afterwards, I feel really, really connected to uh, people, places, and things around me, a real sense of connection. And I think that is down to a lot of that is down to yourself, Anastasia, as well, and the safety of the space that's held and the
mm,
music and all of that. It's just, yeah,
mm.
yeah. Mm,
Thank you.
mm,
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, like you say, it's different every time and it's different with every person. And it's even if I use, say, I've used the same soundscape a couple of times now, and even with that, you'd think, oh, if the music's the same, it's going to be this. No,
mm,
because a trillion different things have happened in the universe and the cosmos since then. And every little thing, like you say, is connected, and everything is, yeah, it's all a part of the collective field and our one unified
mm,
consciousness. So it's, yeah, yeah,
mm. Beautiful. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So we're going to go onto the Sunday and we are going to be we'll have a check-in in the mornings and a walk. We're going to be well, you're going to be facilitating the mandala workshop, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it is. And I'm excited about that myself. And yeah, the mandala, I've been lucky enough to experience that a lot this year. And I use it for myself, particularly around nervous system regulation. And it helps me to get in touch into my creative side, but also my inner child. And it's really powerful, people coming together to do a co-creation of a mandala. It's not just something nice and pretty. Um, it's like the centerpiece is like the center of ourselves. And again, it's an intuitive piece that we will work together. And I think it's a lovely way of having it on the second day. And it will help us as well, I suppose, over the land is quite powerful there, that we will connect with the land and go out and forage some pieces. I will bring some pieces as well, natural pieces, and we will go out to the land, bring in some pieces as well, and also make an offering to the land afterwards. And there'll be some music with that. There will be some meditation um, on the mandala as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm very intrigued because I haven't done a mandala workshop yet.
okay.
And yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm feeling it and envisioning it from the art therapist's perspective. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about the movement of the group and how we're perceiving as things are
Mm.
developing in the mandala. And I love being a part of that group creative process. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
And what I learned in doing the mandala, I actually resisted the group one because I wanted to do my own one at the beginning. And that in of itself has taught me around, particularly when I did my first group mandala, I realized, yeah, we're not doing this life by ourselves. Our life is a co-creation, and about coming together in community and even just watching the power play within myself and keeping a lookout for somebody else, what they're doing, maybe matching that, maybe taking the lead, maybe stepping back. And there's all these things going on. And then, around creating balance and harmony. And I'm just amazed every time. It's a piece that will be done on the floor as a centerpiece at the end. And yeah, and the mandala is created before it gets made, because I can feel mandalas sometimes in meditation mandalas within myself.
Mm.
And there's actually a mandala. The group comes together, there's a mandala there. So, and then we will be, you don't have any artistic skills whatsoever, even though we are all creative, we're creating in every breath. Um, so yeah, and I'm really delighted to be able to share this.
It's almost as if the mandala is like an expression of the frequency of the group. I'm thinking of, when you see those videos of water and there's
Yeah,
different vibrations and it creates the different patterns.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, it already exists and we're just moving within the vibration of it and putting it out into
totally.
the material realm. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I can learn a lot about life from that.
A lot about life and a lot about ourselves and our role within a group
Mhm.
as well. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
you,
group dynamics
group dynamics, yeah,
is
but
a
it's beautiful
gorgeous
though.
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. And it's that co-creation piece around coming into community to
Mm.
um, to share, to bring life and death back into the community. And that, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also love the deconstruction part of it as well.
Yes. Yeah, and that shows the impermanence as well of,
Mm.
there will be looking at something really beautiful, and next thing there will be the part about deconstructing and dismantling that part, and it will be showing that, yeah,
Mm.
that things are impermanent.
Mm.
We move on then. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
And so we are going to then well, actually, I've got, we're going to be doing some dancing, but we might be doing some verbal expression work as well before that. Because
Mm,
it's nice to have like the crafting art sort of expression piece,
mm,
and then the surrendering and allowing piece, and the movement piece, but then the verbal piece as well. So we're accessing all different dimensions of ourselves. And so we may be doing a bit of work with our voices and expressing at some point as well. We'll see where that flows in.
mm.
Um, that usually flows in when it decides.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, I was just thinking from experience.
yeah,
There will be a moment where we're suddenly go, okay, we're doing that now. So
yeah,
that that would be a part of it.
yeah,
Um, and then we're going to be celebrating our lives
yeah,
with dance.
yeah,
A beautiful, free-flowing, we want to call it ecstatic, tribal trance, just allowing ourselves, and it's also integrating everything from the 2 days as well, and allowing it to find home in our bodies and what needs to leave to leave. Um, so that is a beautiful part of the
mm,
process.
yeah. It is,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. And that can have many facets around. I suppose, the expression of our bodies, the joy of having a body that we can dance with. And also, there can be an opportunity for some release as well through the dance and maybe some sound. Yeah.
That song just came into my head. It's like, you can dance if you wanna.
That will have to be added to the playlist.
Yeah. Hmm. I would like to also like bring the some attention or towards the fact of it is Samhain.
Yeah.
For some people it's Samhain for the whole month of October. For some it's November. But astrologically speaking, we're in terms of alignment of the sun, it is the 6th of November. So the weekend, the first and the second, is very close to that. And of course, it's when the veil is at its thinnest between this world and the other world. And our ancestors are very, very present. And they're very present on this land as well.
Mm.
So this
Mm.
is a perfect place to hold something at this time of the year. Um, so there is an honoring of that. But also, like you say, the mandala, how the mandala was already created in a way and it already exists. It's also like that with this gathering. It already
Mm.
exists and we're kind of arriving to it with everything that is sort of in the field and the cosmos at this time of the year. Someone sent me something actually a couple of days ago, saying that November in astrology is often tied in with death because the Pleiades apparently are connected with death. I don't know. Have you heard of that before, Teresa?
No.
And they're on the horizon every at dusk and dawn during the month
Yeah.
of November. So it's that energy is within that as well. So for some people, they actually associate sound with the Pleiades.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. There's loads of different, and of course, we've got what All Souls Day and All Saints Day on the 1st and 2nd of November,
Remember. Yeah.
which obviously is the dates that we're holding it. And then we've got Halloween on the 31st, and then there's Day of the Dead in Mexico, the 2nd of November. It's very that energy is just very prominent at this time. And I think it's such a gift to be able to hold a space where we don't have to shy away from it anymore. We don't have to fear death anymore. I mean, it goes a lot deeper than we may think and how that affects our day-to-day living and the choices that we make. And giving space to actually celebrate death and life together
Yeah.
is pure medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. And I think that's what I suppose with our lifestyles now and what we many have
Mm,
created is not to have that space
mm,
or that honoring of slowing down during the winter season when it gets dark. I can feel myself, my body really wanting to slow down. And I suppose this weekend does offer the opportunity to do that together in a space where we can um, offer ourselves that opportunity to welcome in what it is that this time of year wants
yeah.
to give to us.
Yeah. Mm, yeah. Hmm. I really look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to also say that the accommodation for one night is included. However, if someone wanted to stay the Friday night or the Sunday night, it would be an extra 25 euros. I would also say if you are traveling from afar and coming the Friday night, There's actually in Ballydehob and Skull and probably several other villages around the place are having parades. I love that they're all having the parade at the same time. Nothing like a bit of local rivalry, but they look like they're going to be amazing. Quite interested to go to the Ballydehob one. There's turnips carvings going on, or yeah. So
Mhm.
that's going to be interesting. Um, Obviously, food is going to be included as well. Obviously, if anyone has any dietary requirements, to let me know. Um, and also, actually, you're welcome to bring a food offering. That's always welcome in these sort of gatherings and spaces, to give an offering to the group, whether it is a cake, bag of apples, cheese, whatever you feel to bring. Um, you can book online on the website or get in touch with me, Teresa.
Mhm.
Um, what else? I'm thinking, what am I forgetting?
Food, accommodation. We've gone through the land, time of year. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone has any questions, get
yeah,
in touch. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm on the socials as well.
The good old socials. Do you know what? Sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to get rid of social media,
They're
but
here.
then you end up like meeting people out in public
Oh,
and it end up kicking off some great relationships. So like,
yeah,
oh, actually, maybe it's not that bad.
yeah. It's about being, yeah, able to moderate it. Yeah.
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 Okie dokies. So we will just close that recording. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for watching, actually,
Yeah.
before I end that. And yeah, see you all soon.